Ahmed Abu Rania says it's a miracle none of his family were killed in the pro-government airstrike which destroyed their home. He says the airstrikes are more frequent and more destructive since Russia began its bombing campaign a year ago.
There's a big difference between Assad and the Russian jets. The biggest weapon that Assad uses are the barrel bomb of at least surface-to-surface missiles. But since the Russians got involved, they're using new, much more powerful weapons.
Residents say Russian airstrikes have increased since the Syrian government announced its latest offensive on opposition-controlled eastern Aleppo almost 10 days ago. Hundreds of people have been killed. The organisation Save the Children says at least 300 children are among the dead and wounded. The failure of repeated diplomatic efforts mean both Russia and the US are now increasingly distrusted by Syrians here.
Russia and many other countries claim that they are friends of the Syrian people, but the reality is they're the big enemy for the Syrian people. In front of the media they're with us, but under the table they're big enemies for us, including the US.
The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which is based in Britain, says that more than 9,300 people have been killed in Syria since Russian airstrikes started a year ago. 3,500 of them were civilians. Civil defense groups say phosphorus, incendiary and so-called bunker buster bombs have been dropped on civilian areas recently. They say at least 2 hospitals have been targeted, and the UN says that that constitutes a war crime which will be punished if proven. Abdul Moin Haboush has fought with the Free Syrian Army on various front lines in eastern Aleppo for 3 years.
We only hear talk from them. We've been fighting for 5 years and this is the 6th. We've heard only talk. We are sick of words. No, I don't believe in a political solution because whoever entered by force will only leave by force.
On the outskirts of eastern Aleppo, FSA fighters are battling pro-government militia and the Syrian army. A ground offensive has started which opposition fighters say would have been impossible for the Syrian government without Russian help. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Gaziantep.